Really, Ike? A Destiny video? I hope you know that this game is straight dog.
Hello everybody, it's Ike the Mage here, and today I'd like to talk about a video game franchise that I love dearly. It was a part of my early teen years, my early childhood. Not many of you know this, but I like Destiny. I've liked Destiny for about 10 years now. My brother and I pre-ordered the game, played the early alpha and the beta. To start the story, I'd like to start off in 2013 when my brother and I were wee lads. Um, we had played all of Halo games together, co-op Halo games. I don't think I've ever played a Halo game besides Halo 5 and Infinite without my older brother. I think we even ended up playing a bit of 5 together too, now I think about it. My older brother and I always saw what Bungie was doing. We knew they were making a new game franchise, and one of the E3s, I can't remember which one of the E3s it is, but or which year, what it was, either 2012 or 2013, I can't recall. But my brother came up to me and was showing me, we had these Kindle Fires. I would go grab one, but it's probably in a box somewhere. We had these Kindle Fires before, good iPads were around, and my older brother came up to me with the his Kindle Fire and was like, "Dude, look at this trailer! Look at this trailer!" And I mean, suffice to say, we were both hooked immediately. Um, the art style was awesome. It was like it was like a mix of high tech sci-fi, uh, post-apocalyptic art, like a post-apocalyptic art style with hints of like medieval in there. It was the coolest thing ever. Um, so we were instantly hooked. We pre-ordered the game. He had a little more money into the game than I did. So it was technically his game. Sorry, hit the mic. And we played the alpha. I don't remember much of the beta, to be honest. I remember the one multiplayer map with a bunch of heavy pikes on the moon. There was turrets and stuff. It was a cool multiplayer map, and then there was a mission on the moon. Um, that's where the famous "that wizard came from the moon" line came from. Him and I happily awaited the release. We got the disc from GameStop in the mail, like 2 or 3 days before the game came out. I can't recall exactly when, but the game took forever to download, even on the 360 when we had it. Like it, I mean, the Xbox One, it just came out, right? My brother and I still have a 360, so we weren't used to having to download games for that long, so it was kind of jarring. You put in the disc and it's like downloading 1%, 2%, and it had that little circle. By the way, Bungie, please do more live action trailers. Those original live action trailers are peak. Those things are amazing. That's initially what got me hooked. So much was the live action trailers were just so good. I remember that one time they were like, Venus, Venus, baby, Venus. We always joked that they were like penis. We were kids, it was funny. Um, but I mean, we played the game year one. My brother played it a little more than I did. We only had one Xbox Live account at the time, so I got to create one character, and he got to create two characters. On Destiny, you're allowed to have 3 character slots. So we'd switch off from playing. It was a one-player game. It wasn't split screen. I got the Warlock, and he had the Hunter and the Titan. It's his game. It was fair. I might have complained about it at the time, but he put like $45 into it. I put 15, so like I couldn't complain. Uh, I didn't have any room to complain. I certainly complained. Funny enough, since me picking that Warlock all the way back in like 2014, I have never played another character in Destiny. I've only ever played Warlocks. You go back on my D1 account on my Xbox One, and you go on my D2 account on my PC, only Warlock. There's not a Hunter or a Titan created. I refuse to play anything other than Warlock. And I only chose Warlock, jokingly enough, because of my namesake of my account, even though we weren't playing it on my account back then. Ike the Mage. That was like the reason I chose the Warlock. Anyways, we ended up playing it. I really liked I really liked the Dark Below DLC or expansion. The one before it with the Fallen. Dude, I can't recall what it's called. Um I mean, shoot. Crap, I don't recall what it was called. I feel so bad. Anyway, that one was all right. I liked the Dark Below a lot more. Um, Taken King came out. That's when we got our Xbox One. That's when I got my own copy of the game. I got to play on my account because we figured out how to game share on the Xbox One. And I mean, playing on my account was a bit different. I had to start from scratch almost. With again only a warlock because I was stupid. And didn't, I stuck to one thing. But I mean, the game was awesome. I think the Taken King by far, nostalgia wise, was my favorite expansion. There might be some that are just completely like objectively better. Like Witch Queen might be objectively better in expansion, but I still like the Taken King more just because of nostalgia. The hype around it at the time. There was a live action trailer for it. You know, we played Taken King. I did Vogue, I did Crota's End, and I did King's Fall, and those were the only 3 raids I did in Destiny One. House of Wolves DLC came out after that. The House of Wolves was pretty alright. I kind of like the aesthetic of it. I didn't like the campaign story too much. It was okay. But I like the aesthetic of more leaning into the more medieval aspects of it. And then Destiny 2 comes out. At that time, my attention span had gone to my historical autism.
Guardian down.
Whoops. Historical. Page 6 ghost and a hive ghost. Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull Vodka, historical. Star Wars stuff, historical. Halo 2 legendary limited collector's steelbook. Historical. That entire closet, historical. Like I was in that autism. Oh my goodness, I messed up my cord. No. Cut. Yeah, the other game that was competing for my attention span at the time was Battlefield 1. This was around 2016 when Destiny 1 came out. Or Destiny 2 came out, my fault. Battlefield 1. That is my favorite Battlefield game, and it's probably my favorite multiplayer shooter in the past decade. From like 2024 to 2014. If I had to objectively choose one multiplayer shooter I would play, I think it'd be Battlefield 1. It was just that good of a game at the time, and no other game had gone to like World War One. And I'm not about to make this about a Battlefield 1 video, so I'm gonna get off the topic. Battlefield 1, it's a whole nother video. But Destiny 2 had a hard time competing with Battlefield 1 in my mindscape, because like I had just gotten done with like almost 3.5 years of playing Destiny, being solely addicted to Destiny, maybe a little bit of Skyrim, solely addicted to Destiny. Destiny 2 came out. I played the Red War campaign. It was all right. It wasn't terribly good. It wasn't exceptionally bad, and it wasn't even like bad. It just, my interest for it was at an all-time low at that point. I did not play Curse of Osiris, and I did not play the DLC that came after that. I didn't play either of those. Forsaken comes out. And I got a free trial with Forsaken for like a week or something like that. Get into Forsaken again with my buddies for like a week. Play it a little bit. Other than that, I kind of just drop it again. I just touched my mic again. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to it being there. Kind of dropped Destiny 2 again. Didn't really get up to like, I didn't do any raids or anything in Destiny 2. Didn't get up to highlight level. Didn't do dungeons and whatnot. Didn't really do any of that. Just wanted to play a game with my friends, you know, and it was free at the time, so why not skip skip my entire high school, skip me going to college, skip me dropping out of college, skip um skip me going to trade school and everything. By this time, my addiction game is War Thunder. War Thunder is my addiction game throughout this whole time span. I'm skipping past because I didn't touch Destiny after that. I missed the expansion right after Forsaken, and I missed Witch Queen. Um, Witch Queen drops. I hate everything's videos. I've liked him for a while. I like his movie reviews and whatnot, and he does the Destiny expansion reviews. I watched the one on Witch Queen, and he was mentioning that the game's on PC. And at this time, once I got done with trade school, or a little bit before I started trade school for welding, my brother gave me his PC, which is what I'm on right now. It piqued my interest a little bit when I Hate Everything mentioned it was on PC, and he listed a. Oh my goodness, it's still messed up. No, cut again, cut it. Yeah, I Hate Everything mentioned that it was on PC, and it piqued my interest because I was like, I have a PC now. I wonder how that plays. And then he listed a like a whole laundry list of issues it still has, and I was like, it's probably not. Probably I don't want to spend the money. You know, it's something to get into. There's so many things you have to pay for now. It's just I'm not getting into it right now. But it did pique my interest when it was on PC. Uh, about 4 months ago now. Uh, at time of recording, this is July 11th. At time of recording, about 4 months ago, I see an ad on a YouTube video, just your normal run of the mill 15-second ad on the Final Shape, Destiny 2's last expansion, or Destiny's last expansion, which just took me aback. You know, like my entire my entire teens, my young adult life, Destiny has just existed, you know, and it's kind of hard at this point in my life to remember a time where Destiny didn't exist or the idea of Destiny the game not existing. So it kind of took me aback when I saw it. I kind of got a little emotional, to be honest, and I just know I needed to finish, you know, the story out. So I've played Destiny 2. I bought most of everything I needed. Most of everything I needed was half off through Xbox Game Pass on my PC. So I've been playing it through Game Pass Ultimate on my PC. Um, I played through Witch Queen. Witch Queen was a great story. I really liked Witch Queen. Now I can't vouch for the side activities when the time Witch Queen came out because you know, those aren't really in the season right now. Like they aren't. You can still do like the strikes and everything, but you know, like the seasonal events weren't out when I played the Witch Queen story. I love the Witch Queen story. I would go play that whole campaign again. Um, Lightfall. I did not like Lightfall.
Nimbus can go burn in a pit. I don't like Nimbus. Nimbus is annoying.
That's all I'm gonna say about Nimbus. I mean, like I didn't like Lightfall at all. Uh, take the story away from Lightfall, and you have some pretty cool things in Lightfall. I kind of liked the dystopian, almost like Blade Runner or Cyberpunk-esque look to some of the guns. I didn't like the whole aesthetic of Neptune being like that, but I did like the way some of the guns look. Let me just get this first. I like the new darkness subclasses a lot. Stasis is a bit broken. Was and still is with its ability to just freeze people in PvP. But who plays the Crucible anymore, man? I like Strand. Strand is really cool. And I played those in preparation for the Final Shape. Got the max light level before the Final Shape. Got the Final Shape. The Final Shape is great. I like the Final Shape. It is, in my opinion, it's the third, no, probably the second best DLC Destiny's ever had. And, you know, nostalgia factors into this. It's kind of hard to think critically or objectively with nostalgia. Taken King beats it by a little bit just because, you know, you just had to be there type thing. I don't know how to explain the Taken King's hype. It's really hard to explain the Taken King's hype. but the final shape comes out. I like it. The story is great. I love the story. I have not played the raid yet. I need to play the raid. The story was great. I like the story. There's a bit of cheesy moments, but there's always cheesy moments in Destiny. I did not know who Crow was. I did not know this character. I like the character after the final shape. I like the character. Spoilers right now. Spoilers right now. I mean, who cares? It's been out for a while. It was in the marketing anyways. Cayde 6 is probably the best he's ever been written. Besides the Taken King, but there wasn't many spots with Cayde in the Taken King, so it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. But I would say objectively, he's the best written I think he's ever been, and he's in this more than he's been in any DLC besides Forsaken that I know of. I love Cayde 6 in the final shape. I love being able to use Prismatic. Prismatic is broken. It is overpowered. It is busted. It makes me flabbergasted that they allowed it, but it's the thing they needed to allow. The power creep in Destiny has always been like you're just that close to being overpowered for like your own light level, and throughout the D1 too, you've been like that close to being like the main character type thing. And now you are him. Every one of you is John Destiny, all right? Every Guardian that you play as is John Destiny. I like what they did with Zavala. Sadly, we all know sadly his voice actor passed, but the person they chose, oh my gosh, I forget the name. This hurts me so much because I love that game so much and he's in it for Arbiter. Oh my gosh, it hurts. Oh, I can't remember. No. Why did it just escape my head? You know what? I'm going to search this up right now. Oh my gosh, it's Keith David. Keith David. Okay, so Keith David does an amazing job, and it's exactly who they needed to pick for Zavala. I mean, it's like the problem. It's the problem you have with trying to recast Carrie Fisher in Star Wars. Yes, it's sad that the person acting them passed away, and the main character's identity is through the actor. But if you want to reprise that role, you're gonna have to find the next best thing, and um, Keith David is like the perfect next best thing they could have. It's a tragedy. From what I've heard, the voice actor for Zavala loved Destiny, loved the community. He was great. He was a great voice actor for Zavala. There's so many jokes with my friends on Zavala quotes and whatnot, but Keith David did an amazing job, and he was the perfect pick for this. So props to Keith David. I bet it's so hard for a voice actor trying to imitate someone else's interpretation of a character's voice. It's hard. It's hard enough trying to do a goofy mimic voice. It's hard enough. I can't imagine. Trying to mimic someone else's voice. Like, bro, props to Keith David on that. I liked that their ghosts were more active in the story. You don't really see that in the campaigns at least, besides your ghost. I like that their own ghosts were more in the story, and the fact that getting your light taken away was something established in Forsaken. Like, it can happen. Like, no, it was established in the Red War. Your light can be taken away. So having your ghost die be like the way your light gets taken away, and diving deeper into that is a very good story beat when the question of light and dark is being asked. I know they've had the question of light and dark, but like this is when it's like fisticuffs. The question's hammered fists into your face. It's not so like subtle. It's not so much like a thought experiment. It's getting thrown at you, and you need to react about that question now. And the characters talking to each other with what's happening in the story, the way they interact with each other on their thoughts about it, it's nice. And I love the dichotomy of having these two powers and you being the only one to be able to use both. In Destiny, you always felt like a busy man. You always felt like you were just doing the Vanguard's bidding. You're just doing these like busy work for these super powerful individuals. But now it feels like they're accompanying you in your story. So like I like the fact, this goes into the whole prismatic thing, making you overpowered, in a good way. It's not so blatant to where you like throw a grenade and the entire boss is dead. There's still some skill to it. There's still some like stat management to go into it, but it's busted. But yeah, that basically wraps it up. I'm hoping to get this out soon. I apologize greatly for my infrequent upload schedule. My current addiction right now is Destiny 2 and Elden Ring.
The Erd Tree and its consequences have been a disaster for the Tarnished. It has greatly increased the life expectancy of those of us who live in the lands between. But it has destabilized society, has made life unfulfilling, has subjected Tarnished to indignities, has led to widespread psychological suffering, in Caelid to physical suffering as well, and has inflicted severe...
Oh boy. That has been a recent addiction. My buddy recently got me to buy Elden Ring. Man, it is bad. It's pretty bad. I can't stop playing it. I started off at I won't. Okay, I'm sorry. I won't start talking about it. But I apologize for this video getting uploaded so late. I will be doing another firearms video soon. I have plans with meeting up with Covey. Weston Covey from Covey Surplus to do a couple more firearm videos, to shoot a couple more. I love doing those videos. I have so many. I'm finally getting ammo for those. I have so many that I want to get done. So many ideas for videos on that, and more ideas for gaming videos. So this was more of a one-off video. If you like me talking about my my interest in my hobbies and games and stuff, please let me know. I kind of like spelling out my story on some things. And having a unique perspective on what things and whatnot, like things I like in video games, history, whether it be a firearm, whether it be a game, whether it be a movie. If y'all want to see more of this, please tell me. So yeah, this was more of a passion project. I kind of wanted to get a lot of the things I thought about Destiny off my chest. Things that, having a unique perspective on Destiny, someone who had like been on and off, their thoughts on it. But yeah, I hope you guys like the video. I will try to get this out ASAP. Again, lack of sleep, Elden Ring, work, so many things. But I really have no excuse for y'all, because y'all are what make me do this. Y'all don't make me do this. Y'all make me want to do this. So yeah, I'm going to try to get this out as soon as I can. Thank you. Bye.